And a pleasant good evening and welcome to Durham, New Hampshire Wildcat Stadium for tonight's men's soccer Division I NCAA tournament match between the 22nd ranked University of New Hampshire Wildcats, champions of the America East Conference, and the Colgate Raiders, champions of the Patriot League. Two mid-majors who a year ago were the Cinderella stories, each advancing to the Sweet 16. Tonight they vie for an opportunity to take on the #1 team in the country, Wake Forest. But right now their concentration is on each other. A cold day, a game moved up a couple of hours due to a pending snowstorm. And now I welcome in my partner alongside Mike Abelson. I'm Mike Murphy, and Michael, the good brother. Should be a lot of fun here tonight. 28 degrees is the temperature as we get ready to get started.
It's always a good night when the Council of Mikes get together up here at the top of Wildcat Stadium here in Durham. Two teams with a recent history of winning, two teams that have changed their program's cultures, two teams that have become, in recent years, mainstays in the top 40 nationally. Both teams, as you said, with miraculous runs to the Sweet 16 last year. UNH almost sneaking by second-ranked Indiana last year in the Sweet 16 round. But for Colgate, this is their third straight year in the NCAA tournament, the second consecutive year for UNH. Two teams trying to further cement themselves at the top of the ladder in what has become a real golden era for college soccer, both men's and women's, here in the Northeast United States.
The referee for tonight's game is Luis Labadia. The assistant referees Thomas Felice and Amilcar Sikaju, and the alternate official is Edward Martins. UNH winning its first ever America East Championship right here at Wildcat Stadium over the weekend, knocking off UMBC 5-0 on Sunday after defeating UMass Lowell here in the semifinals 2-0. Colgate capturing its third straight Patriot League championship by virtue of a 1-0 win against Army. So clearly UNH earning the home field, the quote-unquote favorite. But considering Colgate is seasoned, Mike, this is their third straight trip to the NCAAs. There's nothing they haven't seen. So I don't think intimidation will be a factor at all here as we get ready to go. And we are in fact underway with the Wildcats of UNH wearing their home white uniforms. And there's the America East goalkeeper of the year, Lars Uxhall, letting that one go. Ahead towards Fallberg. Linus Fallberg, number 10, could not keep the ball in play as Will Stroud, number 10, a freshman, was on the defense for Colgate. Aram Uligian, a senior from Needham, Mass, coming back to New England. He's number 8, leads the feed about 40 yards away from the net. Now an opportunity for Tim Oberg as he swings to the wide side. Good to see the UNH marching band is here to add to the atmosphere. Everyone else who's on hand bundled up for this big NCAA matchup. Early opportunity for the Raiders into the box, but it's headed aside, and this allows Kalachi on the left flank.
Great defense there by Juan Velasquez, knowing where he was in the formation for UNH. He had Uwe Umaragbe, an experienced senior veteran player trying to sneak through the back door. Velasquez took just a half step back, able to head that ball away, or else that could have been a nightmare for UNH.
The Wildcats looking for the quick counter as Jacob Gould tried to lead Jack Doherty. Now, Jack Doherty's father, the longtime coach of Colgate, and he was the head coach when Mark Hubbard, UNH's head coach, played at Colgate. And the current Raiders head coach, Eric Ronning, was the assistant coach who recruited Mark Hubbard. So it all ties together as we get our first set piece, as Kalachi will peel off the play and allow Valencia to take it. Headed towards the goal, and a nice entry to Johnny Wolf, but a one-hopper handled by Jacob Harris, the junior goalkeeper.
Kind of seemed like the Wildcats didn't quite know what they were going for right there. Not that strong a pace on the in-swinger from Fallberg.
All right, Harris lets it go to midfield. And the Raiders control at the moment with Oberg. Now Colgate is missing one of its top contributors out with an illness we'll tell you about as Oliver Harris controls here. Freddie Jansson, a senior from Gothenburg, Sweden, their big corner kick guy, out with an illness, so that has changed the starting lineup. Here's Steve DeLeo weaving upfield. DeLeo, nice move along the end line. Flips one right in front of the net, dangerous spot, but the Wildcats are going to be able to get out of harm's way as Fallberg strikes it.
Umaragbe coming out of position, crashing the net to get to the ball, which of course you want to do, but if he had stayed in his position on the right side of the formation, that ball would have squirted right out to him, would have been an easy goal for the senior from Albany, New York.
So first couple of minutes and already Colgate with a couple of real nice opportunities here.
Yeah, you look here, you see a real physical play inside the box, and the ball comes through. Umaragbe just out of position.
Along the far side, a battle between Kingy, number 23 for Colgate, and the Wildcats' Jack Doherty, number 14. Raiders possess at midfield. Like Coach Hubbard said, this is an experienced team that likes to create separation, and once they get going, they've got good speed. And they've exhibited that speed the Raiders have. A couple of early chances. One beautiful thing about the sport of soccer, the band can play during play, and it just adds to the environment.
We need all the environmental help we can on a cold, cold night tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if the snowflakes do play a role. The game was originally scheduled for 7 o'clock and moved up to 5. In fact, Colgate was here already practicing at Wildcat Stadium yesterday when the call was made to move the game up, so it didn't hinder any of their preparation. If anything, they'll probably appreciate getting home earlier. A ride to Hamilton, New York after this game, and should they post a win, they'll be planning a trip to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. UNH, of course, has never lost here at Wildcat Stadium. One of the truly staggering figures, 20-0-3 since this facility opened in 2016. That includes 10-0 this season. Siggy Gearson, number 6. Gearson drives one downfield, but Olegian gets there first. Wildcats in possession. The back third of the field. Right over by the benches. It comes back to the America East Defender of the Year, Josh Bauer, number 5.
Gearson just misses an easy touch. Sets up a throw in the attacking third for the Raiders.
Those mistakes critical. Kentaro Morrison thought he might throw it in. Instead, it will be Kingy. And the Raiders content to back it up and reset from midfield. Near flank, Ryan Bellevance, senior from Medfield, Mass. Kalachi a takeaway. Velasquez just beyond Fallberg. Doherty keeps in. He centers that one. Gould slows it down. Gould in a field of Raiders. Works it near side Doherty. Doherty curls towards the middle, looking to center that one for Kalachi, but broken up by Ober.
If Gould had looked up on that initial run, he had Fallberg on a screamer down the middle of the field.
Wolf took it back away. His pass intended for Fallberg is denied by Olegian. And the Raiders on the nearest side. Oliver Harris looks to center. Here's Steve DeLeo. Velasquez for the Wildcats, looking to counter for Fallberg. As you see a number of the players, I think every player, Mike, wearing gloves tonight.
And you see a lot of gloves, a lot of Under Armour leggings. Senior from Concord, Mass, forcing Huxall to pick it up and then kick it away. At the same time, at the referee's discretion, he can throw a yellow card in there if he believes that Huxall is delaying the game or wasting time. So it's a delicate balance that you have to watch there.
It's Johnny Wolf along the right side trying to make a move. Wolf spins around, ball loose about 35 yards away from the Colgate net. A lot of physical play as no one can get a clear possession. Finally just knocked down the field by Chris DiPietro. Bounce over the foot of Uwe Omorobi. Now Omorobi was inserted into the starting lineup where Freddie Janssen would have been. Now, not that Omorobi wouldn't have played, but that's one immediate change that Coach Ronning had to make. Omorobi also a senior from Albany, New York. Ball out, last touch by the Raiders. Looking for the quick throw in is Gould. And now they'll think better of it. Velasquez to Kalachi. Valencia now with the platinum hair. Right side, Wolf. Wolf with some speed. Gets to the corner. And on the ricochet, Raiders do a nice job to defend and keep in bounds so there'd be no corner kick.
Even down there, the way Johnny Wolf can throw in a ball from that deep sideline, that becomes a corner kick situation, even though it isn't one.
9 minutes in, and scoreless. One curled towards the middle, nice ball. And now lifted for Kalachi on the feed from Doherty. Taken away by Kingy.
Kalachi not able to settle the ball. Looked like he was trying to almost side volley it through. He would have kicked someone right in the face right there. So better part of valor right there by Kalachi to not kick someone in the face.
And it was actually 25 Christian Clark who broke it up, not Kingy. Christian from Houston, Texas. Heard from his father earlier today, who's watching on our YouTube feed. Want to welcome all the folks from around the country watching this first round NCAA championship match between New Hampshire and Colgate. A takeaway for the Wildcats. Gould along the end line. Just too far.
Yeah, there was a miscommunication there. Fallberg was out of position and Gould didn't have enough time to make the run.
Wolf spinned, but no opportunity to touch this one to be an offside. So a good idea, but Doherty was well offside. And it'll be a goal kick for Jacob Harris, Jr. from Brookline, Massachusetts.
Lovely town.
A number of Massachusetts kids in this Colgate team. And like UNH, you get a sprinkling of international students as well.
Japan, Austria, and Sweden represented on this roster, as well as the U.S.
At midfield, it's Bellavance. The long ball looking for DeLeo, but he's offside. UNH and Colgate met last year. The Wildcats played to a 1-0 win. New Hampshire's had success all time in 9 meetings between the Wildcats and the Raiders. UNH is 7-1-1. Colgate has not defeated the Wildcats since September 11th of 2011. All right, the ball inbound, and the Raiders begin the move in the attacking third. This one a little too high, nice leaping header on the part of Bauer. And then doing a bit more work was Brewster to push this out of harm's way. It'll be a Colgate, actually a Wildcat throw-in, as Velasquez holds. A little different than the America East Championship game where the Wildcats struck early and often and really had UMBC shell-shocked. And the Wildcats looking for the strike. Ahead it comes Doherty. Doherty on the right side, defended by Clark. Curls towards the middle. And it's cleared away. Taken right back by Brewster. Valencia. And a takeaway. Nice steal made. And here comes Colgate in transition. DePietro. His feed broken up by Bauer, who cut in front of DeLeo. Josh Bauer, big theft for the Wildcats. Here's Wolf on the far side. Wolf was looking for Gould. It's broken up. Morrison, Kentaro Morrison, junior from Tokyo. And this will send Gearson back. Gearson will get there ahead of Kingy and let it go out of bounds.
The Raiders are really putting on the pressure here early. UNH really unable to consistently get the ball forward.
So Lars Huxall, the graduate student from Hamburg, Germany, sends everybody downfield. And the Raiders looking to break out from the far side with DeLeo. Wildcats take possession. Valencia from Kalachi. A little space for Valencia. Chips it forward, no one there, and this will be a Colgate goal kick.
I was waiting for Doherty to make the run, and Doherty wasn't there making a crossing run. You can see it's very, very cold out. You can see the breath of the players. Not the most pleasant of evenings, but it comes with the territory here in New England.
Happy to still be playing. You'll take whatever kind of temperature you can get to be in the NCAAs. And the good news is, for the winter, it'll be a lot warmer come Sunday against Wake Forest. One would suspect.
You would certainly hope so.
Here's Bauer. Velasquez. He's looking for Fallberg, but defended well by Bellavance. Wildcat throw-in. And they're going to force Velasquez about 15 yards farther back.
It's going to be, while it may be in the teens and breezy tonight, it's going to be 60 and sunny for the winner as they get to go down south to North Carolina, take on the top-ranked Deacons this weekend.
Good strike by Omarobi, but handled by Huxall. As you might expect in an NCAA game, Mike, teams kind of feeling each other out here. Don't want to be making the critical mistake. A little less aggressive, I imagine, than a regular season game. Plus, these two teams are so good. It'll be difficult to come with a goal. Here's Gould. Gould with space. Deals it off for Valencia. Doherty now. Back it comes for Wolf. Wolf has it broken up. Nice tackle made. It comes right back for the Wildcats. Siggy Gearson. Doherty to Kalachi. Kalachi trying to get around Omarobi. Crossing past Fallberg. Trying to shimmy shake, but can't get around the defense. Got two Raiders around him. He splits the two. Fallberg still possesses. Looking to center, and it comes back to Kalachi. Kalachi, a strike. It's blocked. And Gould gets tripped up in the box. Gearson takes it back for the Wildcats on the far side against Morrison.
And he draws the throw-in.
See this one again, Michael.
That was a hell of a sequence. Linus Fallberg, the door closes, he smashes it back open. Gets through a couple defenders, but then the fullback's coming through in a big way. Great job there by Fallberg to keep that play alive, and now Wolf with the throw.
A deep throw by Wolf right in front, but leaping to make the play is Harris by Wolf. It's basically, as you said earlier, the same as a corner kick when he gets one of those running start throw-ins.
Yeah, he starts about 4 or 5 lanes deep on the running track that surrounds this field, gets a running start and just chucks it. But Harris, a good basketball player will do, high points the ball, pulls it out of the air, makes that look easy.
All right, Raiders possess. Omarobi over to Bellavance. Played back deeper for Clark. Raiders space it over by their own bench. Stretching the Wildcat defense out, although there is a takeaway by Doherty. Doherty using the right flank. Slams on the brakes, looking for some help that he won't get.
That ball goes off Gearson. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side for the Raiders.
You see Mark Hubbard in his winter cap. Stretch his right foot out there to slow that one down. You can take the guy out of the sport, but he still wants to kick the ball when he has an opportunity. All right, the throw in on the left side. Wildcats, though, defend well. Scramble for it. And UNH comes away with it. Although not for long, as Gould was broken up right at the 50. Kalachi ahead for Valencia. The double team lead to the steal for Oberg. Counter, Omarobi. Splits 2 Wildcats. Out it comes to Oberg, and they'll send off to the left side to Keon Alberta. And the Raiders content to move back to the defensive third and work to the near side. This will be an intercept for Thalberg. Kalachi back to Gearson. And now Wolf. Wolf picking up some steam along that sideline, but he runs out of real estate as Colgate did well to hem him out in the corner and really not allow him any opportunities to look to the middle of the field.
Didn't even allow him to get a deflection for a throw-in. Because again, he would have been the one taking it. It would have been a dangerous situation for Colgate.
Cats in the... They were for an instant close to the attacking third, but we're back to midfield. Wolf for Kalachi out of his reach. Thalberg maybe anticipated something else going on. He let the ball go by. I think he believed that Uligin was going to hit it, so he let it go. Raiders send it deep, but a touch by Bauer sets up Huxall.
Slices it so the ball stays deep for Colgate.
Here's Stroud. Opportunity for the Raiders on the left side. And it'll be a corner kick as Oliver Harris had the angle against Gearson.
The thing with Gearson, he didn't know that behind him, there was no one there for Colgate. That ball comes through, it easily gets touched down in the box. So instead of easy pickings for Huxall and sending it the other way, it is a corner kick on the far side for Colgate. Looks like Morrison will be taking it.
The junior from Tokyo. Out in front, but there's Lars Huxall calmly just in the middle of all these athletes. Just says, I'll take this, thanks very much, never a doubt.
He was a bit off-center when he pulled that down. Credit to his vision and his hand strength to snatch that out of the air and not let it slip through here in the cold night.
America East champions, Patriot League champions in this first round NCAA matchup. 3rd straight year in the tourney for Colgate. UNH, 2nd straight season, only 3rd ever. And first as the automatic qualifier in America East. The throw-in, looking for Gould. Gould against Kingy. Back to Brewster. And then deflected out of play off of DeLeo. Wildcat throwing in front of the Colgate bench.
Colgate's a really smart defensive team. Of course, you know, having the league's defensive player of the year out there certainly doesn't help. I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt out there wearing big number 8 right there in the middle. And you have a team that doesn't get out of position. You know, they could have overcommitted at times. Fallberg kind of burned the right side of the defense when that neat little slip through. But this is a really well coached team, and they're not going to make mistakes. UNH is going to have to find holes if they're going to get their goals.
Bounding ball to the near side. Everyone was over on that far side. How about this pass? Right through the legs of Velasquez. And then the drop return from Bellavance to Omarobi. Getting a piece of it was Doherty, not enough to take it away, so the Raiders still possess Omarobi. And he'll deal it deeper to Bellavance. Clark onto the far side, and now the Raiders begin to move upfield. The Raiders content to possess here and force the Wildcats to chase. And now some space for the Raiders. Baraka Kingi, freshman from Bethesda. He's number 23. Right side to Uwe Omarobi. Chasing into the corner against Bauer. And last touch by the Raiders. So there's the American East Defender of the Year stepping up in a big spot.
Bauer, local product from nearby Bedford, New Hampshire.
Just about 25 minutes into this one.
Colgate subs starting to get loose on the far side. Could be seeing our first set of substitutions soon.
As the ball goes out of play. And for the Wildcats, we will see Chris Pinkham, senior from Concord, New Hampshire.
Into the game for the Wildcats, number 19.
As he checks in and replaces Alex Valencia. New Hampshire throw in. Fallberg leaves it forward. Gould spins back. Here's a strike from Fallberg. Diving stop made. Rebound was loose and oh so close. But nice job by Jacob Harris to get back to it before I believe it was Pinkham would have followed up.
Gould is completely going against the grain of Fallberg. In stride. It was a really well done play. Harris was not expecting that shot.
Able to adjust though and make the big stop. His first true test of the contest. We stay 0-0. Near side throw in for Bellavance. Omarobi against Velasquez. Fallberg takes it away for UNH. Pinkham swings it over to Wolf. And Brewster too strong on the return pass intended for Pinkham. Raiders throw in. And Colgate backs it up. Roby's pass just eludes DeLeo.
And they get him for offsides. The near side AR, flag up. Gearson threw his hand up like, hey, come on. He's like, yep, he was offsides.
Oliver Harris was the one who was whistled for the offside. Kalachi, long downfield pass. Doherty reverses direction, has some room. Doherty a strike and it's blocked. That's sacrificing your body to make sure a ball doesn't get on net.
Patriot League Defensive Player of the Year for a reason.
Ulegian.
See, Doherty spins off Bellavance, and Ulegian just stands right in the pocket and just takes it right off the, looks like the shoulder.
And you know that feels even better on a cold night like this. Here we go with a Wolf throw-in. Right into the middle of everything. And it's pushed back by Pinkham. Velasquez to the near flank, Wolf.
A real poor first touch by Wolf. Colgate going the other way as a result.
Touch pass from Morrison finds DePietro. Denied by Pinkham, at least slows down the Raiders for the moment.
This will be our first substitution of the contest.
Yeah, UNH has made one. Colgate about to follow with one of its own.
Excuse me, the first substitution for the Raiders.
Yeah.
So DePietro comes off.
Into the game for Colgate.
Keon Alberto
Keon Alberto.
has come on, number 5.
Freshman from Mendham, New Jersey. Played at the illustrious Del Barton School.
All right, Lars Huxall picks it up. He saw Umarobi, who thought maybe he could duck in. Fallberg for the Wildcats. And he sends it back for Bauer. Headed by DeLeo, and Colgate captures it here in the attacking third. We'll see what Harris can do. Harris can't get by Velasquez, but he's joined on the play by DeLeo. DeLeo curling towards the middle, but he's broken up by Brewster. Wildcats looking to counter here. Gearson for Fallberg. Fallberg looks to speed up with Olegian near him, trying to get help from Gould. And it's Gould who can't get around Olegian. It was actually Bellavance, the initial defender against Fallberg, who will throw in. 15.5 to go. See a few more substitutions now for Mark Hubbard's Wildcats.
Number 7.
Conrad Chang, the sophomore from Norway, will come in.
And Danette Saki is in to replace Doherty and Gould. So they'll have a fresh attacking lineup here for the final quarter hour of the half.
Saki, the 6'3 junior from Liberia. Here's a Wolf throw-in. Saki leaps. No, he lets it go. It's loose as Harris couldn't handle it cleanly, but it's kicked aside for Colgate. Velasquez trying to send right back into the box. Saki couldn't get there. Harris does another nice job. Quick counter attempt for the Raiders. Morrison, left side. All the way to the end line as he was being shadowed by Pinkham.
And the goal kick drawn for UNH.
So the substitution's already making big plays. That was Chris Pinkham for the Wildcats, 19 against 19. Morrison in that 1v1 encounter.
And Saki and Chang probably about as good a secondary attacking line as you will find in most programs in the country. Saki, 6'3", great soccer mind, always seems to be about a player or two ahead. And Conrad Chang from Oslo, Norway is lightning quick. If he gets a lick of space, he's gonna find a way to score. So to have that type of talent coming off the bench speaks volumes to what Hubbard has done here with this program in Durham.
Here's Gearson. Cut off by Alberto. It finds Kalachi. Wolf will move it back. And then Brewster plays it ahead. Kalachi. Lost it to Alberto. And last touch by UNH. Another substitution for the Raiders as number 12, Edward Bass, freshman from Dallas, enters the game.
Number 12, Edward Bass.
That'd be Dallas, Texas.
I would think it's Dallas, Texas. I mean, it's not like there's a Dallas, Massachusetts or a Dallas, New Hampshire.
You may be less inclined to enjoy these conditions than some of these northerners. Headed out by Kingy. Lifted high in the air by Bauer. See who can control. Looks like Colgate in the midfield with DeLeo. Up the right flank and out of bounds. Could not be handled by Harris. Senior from Chappaqua, New York. Good look at Linus Fallberg for the Wildcats now, and then Velasquez. Nice story on the UNHWildcats.com website of Juan Velasquez, a senior from San Francisco, and classmate Alex Valencia from Tracy, California, and how long they've known each other. Went from rivals when they were younger to teammates trying to make magic. They've already won the first America East Championship in New Hampshire's history, now trying to advance to the second round of the NCAAs for the second consecutive year. Both these teams made it all the way to the Sweet 16 in the 48-team tournament a year ago. And now, Patriot League against America East. That one, Fallberg looking for Chang.
Also the second year in a row that UNH has hosted a game. Last year they beat Fairfield 3-0 in the opening round, then beat Dartmouth in the round of 32 before losing to Indiana. Colgate, they were the Road Warriors last year, winning at UMass and Michigan before losing at Louisville.
The throw in by Bellavance. And knocked away, but last touch by Bauer, I believe, which means we'll have a Colgate corner. Big opportunity for the Raiders as we approach 11 minutes remaining in this first half. Keon Alberto. Into the box and sent right back out. Here's a strike from out high. Bouncing ball as really Harris tried to do something with it, but drilled it right into the ground. Couldn't put it on net. Wildcats looking to counter. Here's Chang with some space. Quickly getting back in the play is DeLeo on the tackle, and this will be a foul against Colgate as Chang is taken down.
Chang getting a step. See the hands getting in there. Body being mispositioned. Easy call there on DeLeo.
So a restart for Antonio Colachi.
A lot of different options here for UNH. They can go long, they can go short.
Colachi out of Bradenton, Florida. He's a junior, midfielder. Sends into the box. Brewster went up for it, Pinkham went up. But it's Colgate the other way. Good tackle at midfield. That was Pinkham for the Wildcats. Slows Colgate down, forces the throw-in. Just hearing you replay, Mike, last year with the Wildcats able to play their first two games in the Granite State, quite a difference from, yes, getting home field in a stadium they've never lost, but knowing the #1 team in the country waits. Tough draw for these two squads, to be sure. I'm sure Wake Forest wasn't thrilled to find out UNH and Colgate were the two teams after their great runs in 2017 and a lot of players back on both sides.
Yeah, those are games, if you're a program like Wake Forest or North Carolina or Michigan, you don't want to see a team like this in the tournament because it's a veteran squad. They won their league. They know how to win. They know how to play together. You know, it's not like an at-large team that lost some games along the way. They have the talent, but not the cohesion. Here, both these teams, they know what they're doing. And both going to be a tough out, whoever it is, against Wake Forest this weekend.
Now, you might have seen number 18. We haven't mentioned him yet for the Wildcats. We missed Jacob Mannix, a senior from Longmeadow, Mass., has entered the game, so he's in the midfield on the near side. Here's Velasquez, lifting up, looking for Saki. Keeps it in play. Then that's Saki. Leads himself towards the middle of the field. But too many Raiders surround him, and it's taken away. It's moved by Clark. Check it, that's Harris. Harris gives it a boot downfield. Gearson will track it down first. And just let it go out of play, setting up a goal kick. We're seeing a lot of substitutions kind of go in and out. This is number 27, Lucas Lescano, a junior from Culver City, California, entering. We'd also saw number 9, Abdel Sanogo, a senior from Plano, Texas, on for Coach Ronning's team. Must be even more difficult if you are on the bench watching to warm up conditions like this, when you're asked to step into the middle of a huge event in a scoreless game. Saki, just a little touch for Chang. The heel pass for Mannix. Good slide tackle near side, breaks it up. That was Bellavance. Last touch here by the Wildcats. That was Brewster, so a throw in for Colgate. Shipped forward, but Wildcats able to possess. Bauer gets away from the on-rushing Bass. Gets Huxall to lift it towards Brewster. Stolen by Harris. The Raiders possess on the Wildcats side of the pitch. Nice takeaway by Brewster, back to Pinkham. Mannix. Lead pass looking for Chang, but can't get around the defender Bellavance. Good look at Conrad Chang against Bellavance. Velasquez will throw it in. Chang down to the end line. Good tackle. And this will set up a corner kick. So nice work by Conrad Chang to get down there despite Bellavance's D. It gives Antonio Colaci a chance for a corner kick. It'll be a quick entry from Colaci. And it's sent out. Wildcats pounce. Velasquez. For Saki. He gets turned around. Keeps fighting for it though and sends a bouncer. That is easily handled by Harris. Just about 40 minutes into this first round encounter, you see no score. And a good look at Jacob Harris, the junior from Brookline, Mass. Kept in near side Harris. Can't get around Mannix, it's turned over. Quick restart, Velasquez to Chang. Mannix. Pinball action. Chang was trying to win the ball, but officials said last touch by the Wildcats. Bellavance with the throw. Bauer takes it away. Ahead for Saki, but leaping ahead was Uligian. Pinkham can't get there before Clark. How important are those battles in the midfield, Mike?
I mean, they've been everything today, as neither team really has been able to consistently generate chances. And here's something now, though, as a foul is called on the Wildcats. Set up a set piece here. Oh, yeah, right there. Gearson getting his hands on the chest of Lascano. Referee's looking right at it, so dangerous chance here. About 40 yards out from goal, but you don't need to send it the full 40.
Keon Alberto will take it. In the box, headed by Bauer. Seems to be all over the ball on the defensive side for the Wildcats. Velasquez ahead for Colaci. Looking for Chang. Chang works around to the fans' delight against Sanogo. But Sanogo takes it back. Chang wants a call. Doesn't get it. Here's Velasquez. 3.5 to go before the intermission. Gearson. That one will get Chang to chase. Legion couldn't get it by Mannix, so here's Colaci. Colaci with a little bit of space, not much, will work it back to the flank. Conrad Chang.
Beautiful move there.
Chang looking into the box as he was able to get around Bellavance, not the second line though. Here's Mannix. Mannix down to the end line, plays it into the box as he was looking for Pinkham, and that was broken up at the last instant by Alberto. Down the field for the counter, looking for DePietro. Actually, that's Alberta. Taken back by UNH. Colgate. Taken down on that challenge by Harris.
Now they're going to call a foul. Been interesting when the fouls have and haven't been called today.
Get another look.
Hands wrapped around limbs, wrapped around hands. That'll get a whistle pretty much every time.
Restart for Colgate. About 2 minutes until halftime. We will step aside during halftime. You don't have to go anywhere. We'll certainly have plenty of action in the second half. Here's Colgate sending it in towards the net. But on the hop, it's handled by Harris before Saki could break free of the scrum.
I think that may have gone off the head of a Colgate player right there, which is why Saki was so late in breaking for the net.
An own goal, a big part of the 2-0 win against UMass Lowell in the semifinal for the Wildcats. Now some speed. Mannix left side. And just kicked out of bounds by Bellavance. Takes some precious time off the clock as the Wildcats will look to re-enter. Let's see who will take it. Johnny Wolf, of course. Mannix getting a lot of time in this first half in a reserve role. Not much more room for Wolf to get his running start on the track.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Fired inside. The touch by Bauer, but not much you can do with that.
Yeah, Wolf kind of put some spin on the ball there. Not the best throw-in. Sliced right off the foot. Easy catch for Harris as we start winding it down towards intermission.
See if Colgate has a last bid here before halftime. Controlled by the Raiders. Pass forces Harris toward the perimeter. Will be tracked down by Bellavance before he loses that out of bounds. 20 seconds to go. And nobody appears to be in a hurry to go get this ball.
And Colgate is bringing in a sub. For some reason, I don't quite know.
9,
Will Stroud
7, 6,
just come back in as
4, 3.
There's
announcer
gonna-
Brandon Polite counts us down to halftime.
They just walk it off. Why would there be a sub call there?
Our score at halftime.
But either way, we're exactly where we started. After 45 minutes of football, we're tied at 0.
0-0 first round NCAA tournament between the Wildcats of the University of New Hampshire and the Colgate Raiders. Will step aside, allow you to do whatever it is you do at halftime, and rejoin Mike Abelson and myself, Mike Murphy, for second half action here on the UNH Athletics YouTube channel. Back inside Wildcat Stadium. Final words being shared by the UNH huddle in a scoreless game. Mike Murphy with Mike Abelson. Not too many statistics to look at in the first half. Shots, New Hampshire 4 to Colgate's 2. Corner kicks, Colgate had 2 to UNH's 1. Fouls, Colgate 4, UNH 1. One save for Lars Uxhall and 2 for Jacob Harris.
A minute ago, they had a lot of signs from the students, all toothpaste puns. Absolutely on point by the UNH student section here tonight. Having a lot of fun here in the cold, cold evening here on the Seacoast.
The Raiders, who started the game with a couple of opportunities, trying to have a similar injection of excitement early in the second half, but the Wildcats forced the Raiders back to their own defensive third. Battle here. DeLeo was one-on-one with Gearson. Doherty at midfield. Got tied up on a challenge by Harris, but still possesses. Swings to Wolf. Brewster. Pass stolen away. Colgate looking for the counter. Good speed by Morrison. There's a race to the near side, and Bauer got there first. And we'll have a Colgate throw-in on the near side. Kingy will do the honors. That's Brewster clearing it out. Doherty, untouched by Gould, reclaimed by DePietro. Gearson will let this one go all the way back. And it's picked up by Huxall. Snow in the forecast, which is why this game was moved up from an original 7 o'clock start to 5 o'clock. So far clear, but certainly on the cold side, as you might expect, November in New Hampshire. Opportunity for Doherty. Looks to put it in the box, broken up by Clinging.
But they do draw the corner kick here. Sneaky play by Doherty to cross it in, keep the ball in play. Sets up a great opportunity for the Wildcats.
Valencia will do it.
Yeah, Valencia will be over it. Palacio will be there if he wants it short.
Valencia ready, and it is a short one. Lifted in by Doherty. Back to Gearson. Gearson controls within 25 yards. Bauer onto the far side. In the middle, Fallberg, but that one is broken up and sent all the way out of bounds here on this near sideline. Wildcat throw it. It's Wolf. Wolf being told, get a bit deeper downfield. This will test that amazing throw-in prowess. More conservative throw-in on this occasion. The Raiders defend well. Gearson sidesteps the on-rushing DeLeo. Steal by Alberto, and the Raiders control. Here's Alberto. Deals to Kingy. Back to Clark. Squeezing through is DePietro. We'll try that far right side. Opportunity, but it couldn't be handled cleanly by Stroud. Ends up out of bounds. Still, it'll be a Raiders throw-in. 4 minutes into the second half of this scoreless NCAA championship first round game. Winner takes on #1 Wake Forest. The round of 32 on Sunday in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Another Colgate throw-in. Good battle there. American East Defender of the Year, Bauer, got the better of the one-on-one against DeLeo, sends it right back where it came from. Again, DeLeo versus Bauer. Colgate looking to get a corner, put it in the box, but there's nothing but Wildcats there. Gearson turns it around in a hurry. Challenge on the far side. This will be a UNH foul. Nice work by Legian to get the inside position.
They'll set up the, try to set up a quick kick to get it restarted.
They'll center it for Clark, and they'll work it to the near side. Kingy. Alberto. That one is set down by Wolf. Great defensive play on both sides here. No mistakes made, although here is a takeaway by Doherty. Doherty moves between the hashes. Fallberg back to Doherty on the left side against Oberg. Working hard, trying to turn inside. He's taken down. And what is the call here?
Corner kick. It's a corner kick, but because this ref is not calling anything on anybody today.
Another look, right at the corner of the box.
Doherty did go. There was contact, but it looked like Doherty for the most part went down himself. Again, the officials not calling much of anything, especially not calling anything that may look like a dive of any type. So
Antonio Colaci will take the corner.
He's going to swing it in with that right foot.
Opportunity, leaping up was Bauer, glances off his head and out of bounds. A look from inside Jacob Harris's net cam. Good leap, but unfortunately for Bauer, couldn't put it on net. Gets a foot on that one. Allows the Wildcats to come back defensively as the Raiders will throw in at midfield with Baraka Kingy, the freshman from Bethesda. That was lofted and then claimed by Fallberg. Doherty for UNH. Quickly ahead. Velasquez plays back. Brewster. Again, Velasquez. And forced out to the perimeter. It will go back over to the Raiders. So Juan Velasquez moves back downfield to defend.
He's been fantastic at the left back position all game for UNH. Velasquez, has completely shut down his side of the field. He's done it so well, you haven't even really noticed it.
Jacob Harris gets some air under that one. Settled down by Gould. The Wildcats looking to come upfield. Collision there as Doherty tried to turn around against Oberg. That was that same battle in the corner of the box that, as you alluded to, officials decided not to call a foul, instead giving UNH a corner kick. Another look here, that good challenge by Oberg.
Yeah, he got the ball first. That's clean. Now it'll be Johnny Wolves setting up his throw from about Portsmouth or Seabrook.
It's in range for him. Headed once, headed twice. Downfield.
There's a foul. Very clearly a foul there on DeLeo. Pulled Valencia right down from behind. I mean, the referee was trailing. DeLeo thought he got away with it, but you see that left hand by DeLeo clearly pushing Valencia down. So a great opportunity here for UNH. 28 yards out from goal. A whole bunch of people over the ball. Gould, Colaci, Valencia, now Doherty peels off.
That's Valencia holding. Colaci looking as if He will take it, but we will find out.
It's either going to be the right foot of Kalachi or the left foot of Valencia. Gould's there, though, as well.
It's Valencia. A shot right on net, and Harris with the grab. Not enough bend on that one.
Yeah, swung it around the wall. Couldn't get it to dip. That's the thing. On a play like that, you want the ball to knuckle in the air and get the goalie off track. That just went right up and didn't come down. Easy save for Jake Harris.
Bauer looking for Fallberg. Oberg gets a piece instead. And Wolf with a good strike. Dealt near side where Kingy will launch it toward the Wildcats side. We see Bauer find Brewster. Looking for Fallberg. All the way to the far sideline. Raiders keep it. It's Oberg. Surrounded by a couple of Wildcats. Loses possession as a result. Kalachi one touch. Doherty retreating from pressure. And now Doherty's got some space. Left side looking for Velasquez.
Offside. It's called here by the near side AR. So it'll be an indirect deep in their own end for the Raiders.
Defensive battle. Still awaiting our first goal, and you get the idea that, Mike, in a night like this, one goal might be enough.
Yeah, this seems like it'll be a 1-0 game.
Midfield, bouncing around that Wildcat logo. Almost overrunning the ball was King. He had to go back to it. On the near side, here's a steal by Valencia. But Valencia quickly surrounded as the Raiders do such a nice job not allowing any space to breathe. Kalachi, a good head on that one. 10s again for it. Brewster off the side of his foot. Kalachi comes to it. Got some room. It's Fallberg. Fallberg to Velasquez. Velasquez, a strike. It's blocked. Fallberg gets to it. Fallberg controls at the end line, looking to play it in the box. It's loose there, but the Raiders will clear it out.
A bad ball by Brewster over the head of Wolf. Could have kept that alive. Instead, it goes back to Colgate. Although not even a quarter hour into this second half, it's been all Wildcats here after halftime.
A lot of activity in the goal box near Jacob Harris. But the Raiders deny that opportunity. It's taken back by Valencia. Over to Gould. Gould feeds near side, Doherty. Doherty back to Valencia. Brewster swings to the wide side. Here's Bauer. Velasquez. Looking to center inside the 18-yard box. And it's lifted aside by Morrison. Wolf will throw it in. We'll see if he takes his time. And the answer is yes, he will. Allowing the Wildcats to set up. Gould coming towards the ball. Right back to Wolf. That one too much for Doherty to handle.
I think it hit him in the face.
So the Raiders have a throw in as a result. Kingy. Sent right back by Gearson. Stolen by Brewster. Doherty. Trying to get in striking position. Instead, it's broken up. And the Raiders will allow their goal keep to fall on it. So Harris holds, everyone else peels off. Gearson just wanted to avoid DeLeo, so he rockets it out of play at the Colgate bench. UNH went unbeaten at Wildcat Stadium, 10-0 this year, but Colgate giving them all they can handle in this NCAA first-round game.
Two teams that know how to win. You know, Colgate and UNH both with 12 wins this season. UNH 12-3-2. Colgate 12-4-5. It's like a few extra games.
Moberg the throw-in, working against Fallberg, and he launches one well out of play. There's Lars Huxall. He's 1 year at UNH, grad student from Germany. He's the America East Goalkeeper of the Year, pursuing a master's degree in business administration. Fallberg will get to it. Velasquez looking to speed by Stroud. Stroud goes down. Velasquez still handles. Doherty looking for Gould in the middle. Brewster finds the trailing Wolf. It's Wolf launching one towards the net, but diving out to make the play is Jacob Harris.
No one in the right spot for the Wildcats. Gould too far back. Dort, Kalachi too far forward. Wildcats have been doing everything right. They just can't click on that final touch. Get the ball past Harris.
Oberg looking to lead Stroud on the right side. Stroud's got some space. Velasquez recovers nicely. On the near side, Wolf trying to defend. It's out in front. Here's an opportunity, a shot, and a goal! Steve DeLeo strikes for Colgate, and the Raiders move in front of the Wildcats 1-0.
For the first time all game, someone is forced into a mistake, and it is the Wildcat defense, which had been so strong all game. Steve DeLeo, the senior, finds an opening. As we look here, Wolf, everyone ball watching. Bauer caught a touch out of position. Huxall not able to dive through, and DeLeo kisses it just inside that far post. Gets all the hugs from the bench. 1-0 Colgate, 28.5 to go. UNH in an incredibly unfamiliar position right now.
Kentaro Morrison, number 19, the initial pass on the left side, then that heel pass by DePietro, just the extra touch, sets up Steve DeLeo, the senior from Concord, Massachusetts, and Colgate, the Patriot League champs, in the tourney for the third straight year, leading UNH 1-0.
Yeah, Colgate, they waited, they were getting beat pretty solidly in the first 15 or so minutes. And they come back down. First shot of the half goes in. That's what you have to do. And now, can they hold? 28 minutes is a long, long time. So let's see if they can hold.
Good look there at Tim Oberg, arguing his case as the call goes against him. Kalachi Valencia for the Wildcats on this free kick. UNH looking for the quick response.
Come on.
Into the box. Gearson gets a head on it, but it's headed out by Kingy. Still a battle. Kalachi sets up Bauer. And this will be a corner kick as Bauer expertly plays that one off of Tim Oberg. Josh Bauer, the sophomore from Bedford. Already the American East Defender of the Year, already a captain, and he's still got 2 more years to go. Big corner kick, left side, Antonio Kalachi. Into the box, the Colgate defends well. And the Raiders looking to counter. Gearson gets back for the Wildcats. Now it's Wolf. So that one will go well off target.
Sends that one to the moon. 3 subs coming on now.
All Colgate players.
Well, just one. Now all 3 come on.
Into the game for Colgate, number 9, Abdel Sanogo.
So Abdel Sanogo comes back. Edward Bass returns. And Lucas Lescano. All 3 saw action in the first half. And now with Colgate nursing a 1-0 lead and 26 minutes and change remaining. Chance for Coach Ronning to get some fresh legs in there. trying to defeat Mark Hubbard, the man he recruited to play at Colgate. Coach Hubbard was a 3-time All-Patriot League second-team player in the early part of the 2000s. And this will be a foul against Wolf on the tackle of Harris. Appears to be okay as he hops up. What a change in feel right now for the Colgate Raiders. Another look at the takedown of Harris.
The whole thing with Colgate is that, play your game. You still have to keep playing your game. 25 minutes is a long way to go. And, yes, UNH put up 5 goals in their first game, in their last game. UNH is a team that usually wins 1-0, 2-0, 2-0. So if Colgate is able to keep the pressure up, get a second goal, especially with not that much time left here tonight, that puts themselves in a great position. But you have to take it to the line. Looking at other scores around the country today, Rhode Island was leading UConn 3-1 in their opening round game with 15 minutes left. Lost that game 4-3 in overtime. You have to take it to the horn if you want to have a shot at the trophy come December.
Bauer to Fallberg. One touch Velasquez back to Fallberg, looking to play it into the box, but that's broken up. And by the same token, if you're New Hampshire, yes, you're trailing, uncharacteristic because you played so well, but you don't win the America East Championship without having faced adversity before. And now they're going to bring some substitutions in. Conrad Chang returns. Chris Pankham back in as well.
They will replace, looks like, Valencia and Gould.
This will be a corner kick for the Wildcats. Gets some air underneath. It's in the box and right on through. A race to the near side. Wolf got there, but his valiant attempt to play it in front of the net ends up going behind the goal, and Colgate will be able to send out with 24 minutes to go. If you joined us a little late, 61-23 the time of the goal. Stephen DeLeo, assisted by Chris DiPietro and Kentaro Morrison. 4th goal of the year for DeLeo, who had been, Coach Hubbard told me earlier today, he's been the hottest player on the team over the last 5 games. A real hard worker, and his hard work leads to Colgate getting the first goal in this one. Raiders looking for more. Upfield, Lescano. Brewster got a piece of that one, but the Raiders play it right back. Inside of 30 yards, it's Sanogo, one of the subs who came in only a few minutes ago. Broken up by Velasquez, and so the Wildcats looking for the strike and response. Kalachi desperately chasing after the ball. Nice play by Velasquez, and Kalachi deals it deep, but too strong, and over the leg of Doherty. At what point do you say time becomes a factor, Michael? Because this 23 minutes, that seems like a lot of time, but in a 90-minute contest.
It can melt away quick. Let's see where you're at when you get to the final quarter hour. You have another 8 minutes. Let's see where you're at. You also have to remember what your substitutions are looking like. Saki is still on the bench, and at some point, you can't just throw everyone out there and have no defensive players, because that could leave you open for a second goal. And it's not quite at the point where a second goal would statistically be, good night, but it's getting there. So tread lightly for now. See if your lineup can get something done, because they've been very strong. Although great play by Olegian right there, showing why he was Patriot League Defensive Player of the Year.
Fallberg was looking to sneak one by Olegian, but to no avail. Pinkel will track it down for the Wildcats and play it back to Brewster. Kyle Brewster, the junior from New Hampton, New Hampshire. There's Bauer to Velasquez. Doherty all tied up by Olegian. And Olegian doing his part. Sends it down, almost sets up an offensive opportunity. But Lescano couldn't quite catch up to it. Gearson's taken down by Lescano at the Colgate bench. There's Gearson, number 6, and Lescano, 27. Now a drive downfield, trying to get it to Chang. Headed by Oberg. Chang stumbles and falls. Was he helped to the ground by Oberg? Oberg says no, but that seems to be his stance every time a whistle is called in his general direction.
You can't have your hands, you can't go palms up when you have your hands in their hand checking like that. You just can't do that. So a beautiful opportunity for Kalachi and the Wildcats.
Free kick, Kalachi into the box and over everybody. Brewster was in the vicinity, as was Wolf.
It just seemed like that ball just would never come down. It just kept going and going to the point that it was too far.
Jacob Harris again will rear back and fire it downfield. As you see, we approach 20 minutes remaining in this first round game. The winner goes to #1 Wake Forest in a second round matchup on Sunday. Quick whistle as the ball got Wolf a bit high. So free kick, Colgate. Kingy will take it. Well, maybe not. Kingy's been told to step aside, and we'll let Oberg do it. Check it, that's Harris. Oh, Christian Clark, finally. Now, there's a Colgate player down about 25 yards away from the goal. I didn't see what happened, but slowly getting up is Lucas Lescano. No action's been taken yet, but he's down on one knee.
And now we'll take a look at what happened here at the end of this play. Gearson thought that the ball was just going out, and then Gearson kind of got dumped right by that camera stand by Sonogo.
Good effort by Sonogo to keep that alive. Puxall will start it for the Wildcats. Apparently everything is okay with Lescano, who's back up in the play.
No damage to any players or camera platforms.
And is that Lescano again? As you see, Johnny Wolf says get up.
Let's see what happened here. Lescano and Wolf. Oh, get up.
Now you sound like Johnny Wolf.
You know, both these teams, it's one of those things that both these teams have played so well, and it's been such good technical soccer this entire game. You know, both teams have had their opportunity. And start flipping, flopping, diving around here with less than 20 minutes left. Just leaves a really bad taste in your mouth.
Morrison will take the free kick for Colgate. He started the first and only goal of the game. He had the primary assist. Came about the 62nd minute on DeLeo's goal. So Wolf will throw it in near side. All right, now we're going to see Danette Saki come on for the Wildcats, and he'll replace Doherty.
Go a little sooner than I thought, but you know, with 18.5 minutes left, you know, the thing with Saki is that he's 6'3". Not only is he phenomenal on the field with the ball on his feet, but he reads the game so well without the ball on his feet, and he's tremendous in the air. So it's something you definitely want here when you have these corner kicks like we have right here.
Yep, he helped create that corner opportunity just by being in the vicinity, so Kalachi will take a strike at it. Big spot in the game for UNH. Kalachi sends it in. But nothing doing.
Sonogo sends it to the moon. Only place he could send it right there.
Retreating onto it. Pinkham. Swiped aside by Bass. Re-entry far side. Wolf will throw in. A little bit too far, but Brewster keeps it alive for an instant. Controlled by Kalachi. Here's Gearson. Back deeper for Wolf. Bauer. Bauer moves across midfield. Chang angles towards the middle. Here's Kalachi. Kalachi a strike. It's blocked down. Foot race near side. Good hustle on the part of Pinkham. Pinkham. Kalachi. Chang. Pinkham back on it for UNH. Looks a curl towards the middle, but defended by Oberg. Heads it away. Settled down by Alberto. They'll go far side with it. The Raiders look to spread the field again. Kalachi steps in front of DePietro for the takeaway. Saki on the far side against DePietro. What a height difference there. 6'3" against 5'6". And here comes Chang. Chang looking to cross. Broken up. Colgate 1, UNH nothing as we get to the 16 minutes remaining here in the second half. Struck deep downfield. Gearson, some contact on Lezcano. DePietro gets to it. Oberg looking for Lezcano. Now Lezcano does get behind the defense, right side. Good recovery by Bauer, getting some assistance by Velasquez. Takeaway. Fallberg. Ahead for Saki. Right back to Linus Fallberg. In transition, Conrad Chang at the left flank. Chang makes his move into the box. Crossover. He shoots off the side of the net.
Olegian right there. Just holding his position. And watch, he doesn't attack, he just keeps holding a spot, taking the angle away, so that when Chang does fire it through, he really has no shot except to send it right into the side of the net.
In the game for Colgate, number 28, Oliver Harris.
Oliver Harris is returned for the Raiders. Harris goal kick. And there is a whistle against Colgate, so it'll be a UNH free kick right at the 50. Josh Bauer on the re-entry. So it's Siggy Gearson ahead to Wolf. Bauer returns it to Gearson as the Wildcats creep closer to the attacking third. That pass a bit careless, stolen away by Sonoga, forcing Gearson back, and now UNH will involve Huxall in the play. Brewster with some space to maneuver. Velasquez at the midfield. Fallberg back to Brewster. Brewster head towards the middle, looking to chip it ahead. Chang had to fend off Oberg. Fallberg gets to it for the Wildcats. Kalachi inside of 40 yards. That time he led Fallberg, who couldn't really get his engine started. And out it goes, back over to Colgate.
Hey, you know, the interesting thing here in the second half is that Colgate's only shot of the half has gone in. And that's their only opportunity, real opportunity here in the second half. UNH has been dominating possession, but the back, about 8, the midfield line and the defensive line for Colgate have packed it in so well and so smartly that UNH hasn't been able to make Harris work. I mean, Harris has had to make a couple saves, but I wouldn't call any of them, real difficult stops.
Kalachi leads Chang. Chang into the box. As he tried to turn the corner, Harris got a foot in there and kicked it out.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're not just relying on your fullbacks. You're not just relying on, your outside backs. No, Harris is coming back from midfield, drops all the way back in from attacking midfield and just clears the ball away. And so now, we've 10-15 seconds has gone off the clock here in the build up to this throw-in. Those are the little things that win you games.
Doherty and Gould are back in for the Wildcats. Ball in the box. There's Gould getting ahead on it. Kalachi tried to pinch in and join it. Colgate Gets outside, looking for a whistle as DeLeo doesn't get it, so play continues. Doherty spins away from the defense. Nice feed to Gould. Gould moves in, only to have it knocked clear by Oberg. Chang, left side. Chang a strike in the middle, deflected just wide as Saki was in space, but got taken down at the last instant by Christian Clark.
UNH yet again. Chances, 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 can't finish. See Chang draws 4 defenders. Saki unable to really open his body up and redirect that to his right, which is where the ball had to go. Instead, sends it to his left, and it misses the net completely.
Junior Christian Clark, 25, was the man who defended Saki. Keeps this a 1-0 lead. Wildcats will become a more desperate team, you imagine. Take more chances with 11 minutes remaining in regulation. They have not lost a game on this field ever. What a spin move. That gets the crowd going, but then running out of gas as he launched it was Siggy Gearson. Beautiful play to elude the defender there right before he had to let it go.
Yeah, you see Gearson has 0 time for anyone's nonsense right through, but there was no one home. And so now Harris, I'm sure, will take as long as he can. So take a walk and then send it away.
There's Oliver Harris off the Jacob Harris goal kick.
No relation between those two.
Bauer to Fallberg. Fallberg trying to get Conrad Chang sprung free. Chang moves in, plays in front. Saki turns. He's down. He's right back up. Ball loose. Going after it, Fallberg. Chang gets to it. Chang handles left side. Can he get around the defense? He's taken down.
And he draws the penalty.
Penalty kick coming up for Conrad Chang. Look at the excitement on his face. All that hard work, Michael, to set this spot up with 10 minutes remaining.
Conrad Chang, the sophomore, the speedster, doing it all. Absolutely the correct call right there. Poor challenge from DePietro. So it'll be the sophomore center back, Josh Bauer, coming up here.
As we see, Chang is hurt after that play. Now, DePietro had the beautiful pass to set up the Colgate goal. Now the infraction that allows UNH to go for the equalizer. It will be Bauer.
With exactly 10 minutes left.
What
a save! Jacob Harris! Oh my God! The ball is over his head and he reaches up and punches it away. My goodness! The junior earning his stripes in a huge way. From net cam, the ball's behind him and over him. Holy cow, what a save!
His teammates wanted to congratulate him. He said, get back to work. He didn't want any time to celebrate. A true leader as the Wildcats on the counter, the corner, unable to get a second opportunity. That clearly the biggest moment of this first round game, the stop by Jacob Harris. And now a lot less pressure on this particular touch with 9.5 to play. Bauer for Velasquez. They'll loft one ahead for Saki, but broken up by Bellavance. Chang, who saw was shaken up on his individual effort to earn that PK. Still seems to be favoring that left ankle, Conrad Chang, but you're going to have to yank him out of this game. He wants to stay in. Only 9 minutes potentially remaining in the season if you're the Wildcats here. UNH marching band under the direction of Casey Goodwin. The band plays on, trying to will the team to a victory. The throw in by Wolf. In the box once again. There's Chang. Back it comes. There's a strike. Unable to settle it down is Gearson. And now it's taken away for the Raiders. Marching the other way.
That's DeLeo.
And a challenge at midfield.
Now, if you're
Velasquez.
Now, if you're Colgate, if a scoring opportunity presents itself, absolutely go for it. If not, the name of the game is ball possession.
Tim Oberg returns. for Colgate, and Chris DiPietro leaves. How Chris DiPietro very thankful Jacob Harris made that amazing save. Wildcat throw in at midfield. Pinballs around, kept in nicely by Alberto. Bauer header, here's Alberto again. Gearson steps in front to reclaim it. Slide defense on the part of Morrison, but it's still Wildcats possession. Wolf, the deep throw. Out off Colgate, content to force the Wildcats to continue throwing in with only 7.5 remaining in a 1-0 game. Colgate and UNH each went to the Sweet 16 a year ago. A berth in the final 32 against #1 Wake Forest awaits the winner. Colgate beat Army to win the Patriot League title. UNH knocked off UMBC right here in Durham on Sunday for the first ever America East championship in school history. Bouncing ball, look at that battle on the far side. You have Stroud for Colgate, Velasquez for New Hampshire. Gearson controls now for the Wildcats. And Velasquez with some space will try this near side. Gould fires one. Saki will give chase, but too far for him. Bear hugged by Jacob Harris. He's not letting that ball go.
Any touch the rest of the game is going to be easier for Harris than that penalty kick save. One of the best penalty kick saves I have ever seen at any level of football. Reaching up and back. Reaching to his left as he's reaching to his right as he's diving to his left.
With the stakes highest, no less, for him to loom large like that. Bauer looking for Chang, far side. Fallberg gets to it for UNH. Here's Gearson. Doherty, his father, the former coach of Colgate. Good ball, but too far for Saki.
A lot of space for Omarobi right there. He's just gonna play that down, force UNH to take more time off the clock because you have less than 6 to go here in Durham.
Bauer, America East Defender of the Year. Wolf, and his pass misses the targets.
See him put his jersey over his head.
That's what happens, I think. You start to press a bit. Uncharacteristic, unforced mistakes. It was intended for Doherty, but instead, Colgate gets the benefit of a throw-in near side. Morrison.
We're going to call that for UNH. Wow, that looked certainly to be a Colgate ball.
All right, Wolf has got to find somebody. It's Gearson. As we get to the 5 minutes remaining, Gearson turns it over, and now a chance for a quick strike the other way. It's DeLeo. He has the game's only goal. DeLeo, 1v1 against Bauer, who defends nicely, gets some assistance from Velasquez. There's a collision there as play goes on. Velasquez and Umarobi. Kalachi. Back to Velasquez. And now Wolf. Do the Wildcats have some late magic in to keep their season alive? It's Doherty. Head up looking downfield, but he has it taken away. Good open field challenge and takeaway. That was Bass.
Left now for UNH. Now you have the conundrum of having to press and having to push forward as hard as you can, while also not making a mistake to allow Colgate a chance to counter and kill off the game or even score a goal.
Last touch, Colgate, as Saki does nice work, 1v2. And here's a Wolf throw-in. Looking for the quick entry instead of the deep one. It's Gearson. Back to Wolf. Wolf tried to cross, but getting in the way and knocking it down was Morrison. Out of play for a throw-in. Now we'll see the long throw from Wolf toward the box. Number of players leap for it. Gearson tries to settle it down. Gould tried to spin on it, but it's broken up. And the Raiders will come out.
Great.
Threading the needle near sideline, but there's a takeaway as Kalachi just stole it right back for the Wildcats. Chang, touch pass Gould. Gould looks to cross, broken up by Oberg. Morrison, 1 versus 2.
Oh,
nice
what a
dish
ball
ahead.
through by Morrison.
Alberto going wide side. Bounces away from DeLeo. DeLeo able to get by Velasquez. Here's Stroud with a strike, blocked. Back to Alberto. Gearson trying to track him down with only 2.5 minutes remaining in the match. It's Kingy.
That is exactly what you should do.
Right in the corner.
Just go right into the corner. The ball was given to UNH. That's what you wanted to do.
Take precious time off the clock and force the Wildcats to go a long way with only about 2 minutes remaining. The march upfield. Doherty crosses midfield. Finds Gearson. Ahead to Doherty. Doherty could not get by the defense.
And they're calling a corner kick. Colgate hands up right here.
Orlegian can't believe it. He's the one who was defending.
Oh no, we're calling it a set piece here. Excuse me. Let's take a look here. Doherty calling a foul. Wow. Considering all the fouls and tough play that this ref has let go all game, to call that with 90 seconds left seems very difficult.
Kalachi plays it inside, and it goes all the way through. Wildcats are arguing it was last touch by Colgate, but officials say otherwise.
Despite that poor call, Colgate gets away free. Valencia checks back in for Chang with a minute to go.
Colgate, 3-time defending Patriot League champions, trying to be the first team to ever come to Wildcat Stadium and beat UNH. This one is kicked out. Yes, it's been a good year for Colgate against UNH, I suppose, for fans of football and men's hockey. And now trying to get the biggest win yet and get to the round of 32. Here's a throw-in by Wolf. One last shot at it. Headed to the side. Wolf gets to it again. Under 30 seconds left. And this will set up a corner kick for the Wildcats.
No, they're calling it a goal kick.
Oh,
It's a goal kick, and that'll be it.
Jacob Harris, the amazing save on the Josh Bauer penalty kick. And it appears the last man to really strike this ball with any authority will be the hero, Jacob Harris. So Colgate has come to New Hampshire and knocked off the Wildcats 1-0. The Raiders moving on to the second round of the NCAA tournament and an engagement with #1 Wake Forest.
You know, this Colgate team, they did everything right. You know, there was no real moment, and even when there was a moment, Jake Harris stepped to it and made that brilliant save on the penalty kick with 10 minutes to go. Colgate came in here to a place where not a single team had won before except for the home side. They found a way to get the win here in the first round of the national championship tournament. And now they get to go down south to the slightly warmer Winston-Salem this Saturday night.
Colgate matches the program record for most wins in a season as they have won their 13th game, trying to get that to the Sweet 16, which they had never done before. Well, a win against Wake Forest, and they will do it. For UNH, the 22nd ranked team in the country, they win their first America East championship over the weekend, but it falls in disappointing fashion today. The Wildcats finished the season with a record of 12-4-2. So the game-winning goal, Stephen DeLeo at the 61-23 mark of the second half, assisted by DePietro and Morrison, lifts Colgate over UNH 1-0. For Mike Abelson and our entire UNH Wildcat Productions crew, this is Mike Murphy thanking you for tuning in to Wildcat Soccer in the NCAA tournament on YouTube.